Okay, so we're going to start to create a shooting game. The first thing I want to do is get rid of Scratchy the cat, so I'm going to click here and get rid of him. Next thing I want to do is paint a new sprite. I'm going to paint a crosshair, so something with which to aim. So I'm going to click on paint, and then I'm going to draw a circle like that, making sure that up here it's got no fill. So you'll have to click on that first and change this bit here. Okay, I've got my circle now. I'm going to add a straight line. I'm going to draw down here and across here. There you go. Click back on code, and I've got a crosshair here that I can use to aim and shoot. That's step number 1. Okay, step 2. Now I need to be able to move my site along. So I'm going to go to event, and I'm going to start it with green flag to start the game. Okay. Now, when the green flag is clicked, I want it to, under motion, go to not a random position, but the mouse pointer. Okay, so the idea being that it will follow the mouse pointer along. Now, at this point, when green flag is clicked, it will go to the mouse pointer. So it will go to wherever the mouse pointer is on the screen. So if I click the green flag, it's going to go up there. However, it's not moving with my mouse at the time. Okay, so I just want you to take a second, have a conversation, and see how you might make it always follow me. I'm going to give you a clue. I'm going to click on Control and have a look at this area here. Is there something I could add to make sure that my crosshair always goes and follows the mouse pointer? Okay, so I hope you've had some good conversations. What we need to do is we need to look at forever, because what we want to happen is that once the green flag is clicked, we want it forever to follow my mouse pointer. So if I clip this around here, quite simply, I click the green flag, it follows me around, so I can now aim at anywhere on the screen. Okay, so go to forever, clip it around the go-to mouse pointer. Okay, so now that I have my fully functioning site, I am going to create something to shoot at. So I'm going to go to the bottom here. I'm going to choose a sprite, and I'm going to find something that I want to shoot. So let's say I hate butterflies, horrible creatures. I want to shoot them and kill them. So I'm going to create an event, and I started the event here on sprite 1 with green flag clicked, so that makes sense to set it as the same event that kicks off the game. And when I click the green flag, I want my butterfly to move. Okay, so that's simply enough. I should click move 10 steps. So if I click the green flag, it moves. But I don't want to have to keep clicking the flag to make my butterfly move. So I'm simply going to go onto Control and click it forever around there. And here we go. Click the green flag. It moves all the way to the end. However, I need it to turn around. So under motion, I'm going to go down to the bottom here, and I've got if on edge bounce. If I clip that in, it means my butterfly will fly backwards and forwards. At the moment, however, it's turning upside down. There's a simple way to solve that problem. And here it's got rotation style. Left to right, don't rotate, or all around. Now I want it to go left to right. Okay? So all I have to do is clip this at the bottom, and it's going backwards and forwards. So when the green flag is clicked, the butterfly will forever move 10 steps. So it will continue to move. If it reaches the edge, it will bounce off in the other direction and won't turn upside down because it's only going left and right. Over to you. Okay, so by now you all have a sight that moves and a creature or object that you want to shoot as well. Now, however, we have to shoot it. So I'm going to decide which button I'm going to press in order to shoot. So making sure I'm on the object that I want to shoot, I am going to click event and I'm going to say when the space key pressed. So that's going to be my trigger when the space key is pressed. Okay. Now when the space key is pressed, I want to say if it is touching. So if you think back to your racing games that you created, it's under sensing, touching, and I'm going to say sprite 1. Okay, so I'm going to say control if touching sprite 1, I want it to disappear. I want it to go. So I'd like you to have a quick conversation. Under looks, have a look. What might I want to happen if the butterfly is touching sprite 1 at the moment that I press space? Okay, have that conversation, please. Okay, so I'm sure some of you have come up with the idea of hide here. Yes, I want my sprite to hide if touching the sprite 1 when the space key is pressed. Now, it's not very good practice to have that just called sprite 1. I'm going to rename it. I'm going to click on it and call it crosshair. You don't need to do this, but it's good practice to do so. If I go over there, it says, if touching crosshair, hide. So let's see what happens. I press the green flag. I can move my crosshair around. My butterfly moves backwards and forwards. And if I take aim with the space bar, bang, it goes. Okay, have a go at that. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I've got an obvious problem that I'm sure you have all realized. Now that I've shot the butterfly, it's gone. I can only shoot it once. First things first, I'm going to hover over butterfly here. I'm going to right click. Oh, sorry, no, I'm not. I'm going to hover over butterfly and then at this bit here, I'm going to click show. That means it comes back. Okay, now, once I've shot the butterfly, I want it to come back so I can shoot it again. Okay? It will look like it's a different one, but I want it to hide and then come back. So what I want to do is I want to say, let's wait for, let's say 2 seconds after I've shot it and it hides. And then under looks, you may have noticed under hide, or above hide rather, is show. So I'm going to say this happens. When the green flag is clicked, the butterfly is going to move 10 steps. If it's on the edge, it will bounce and stay left and right. However, if the space key is pressed and it's touching the crosshair, it's going to hide. Wait for 2 seconds and then show, so it should reappear. Let's have a go. It's working so far. Let's aim. Bang. 1, 2, there we go. It's back again. Okay, bang, I can shoot it again. So by adding that section where I've waited and then shown again, I've got something that I can shoot repeatedly. That's the end of that step. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I've got an obvious problem that I'm sure you have all realized. Now that I've shot the butterfly, it's gone. I can only shoot it once. First things first, I'm going to hover over butterfly here. I'm going to right click. Oh, sorry, no, I'm not. I'm going to hover over butterfly and then at this bit here, I'm going to click show. That means it comes back. Okay, now, once I've shot the butterfly, I want it to come back so I can shoot it again. Okay? It will look like it's a different one, but I want it to hide and then come back. So what I want to do is I want to say, let's wait for, let's say 2 seconds after I've shot it and it hides. And then under looks, you may have noticed under hide, or above hide rather, is show. So I'm going to say this happens. When the green flag is clicked, the butterfly is going to move 10 steps. If it's on the edge, it will bounce and stay left and right. However, if the space key is pressed and it's touching the crosshair, it's going to hide. Wait for 2 seconds and then show, so it should reappear. Let's have a go. It's working so far. Let's aim. Bang. 1, 2. There we go. It's back again. Okay, bang. I can shoot it again. So by adding that section where I've waited and then shown again, I've got something that I can shoot repeatedly. That's the end of that step. Okay, so I'm sure by now you have realized that you've created a pretty cool game, but one that's very predictable. I don't have to do very much to work out how to shoot the butterfly. I can just keep in the same position and shoot it repeatedly. It's a bit of a boring game. So let's make it more interesting. I am going to make a bit of a random thing happen, okay? So I'm going to go to motion and I'm going to go turn 15 degrees. Now, I'm also going to go to operators and I'm going to pick a random here. I'm going to stick it in and I'm going to say, after it's shot, I want it to hide and then pick a random direction or a random number of degrees that it's going to turn so that it goes in a different direction. So I'm going to pick a random, let's say anywhere between 20 degrees to 45 degrees. Now you can experiment with this and see what works best for you. So I'm going to click this in here and we're going to start. It's going backwards and forwards. Now when I shoot it, it should hide, randomly pick a degree from 20 to 45 degrees, wait for 2 seconds and show. Okay, let's see what happens. Here we go. Bang, 1, 2, and now it's moving here. So it becomes more difficult to shoot. Bang. Where's it coming this time? Oh, it's now going almost straight. And now. Okay, so each time it's becoming more difficult. Okay, so just to recap that, what I was doing was I went to motion, turn, doesn't matter which way I want it to turn, and then operators, pick random, 1 to 10. Let's try a different number here. Let's try anywhere between 30 and 80 degrees. Make it a bit more actually. Let's make it 120 degrees. Okay. Clip that in there and let's see what happens. Bang. Bang. Okay. Coming in different directions. Okay, so there are ways I could make this more difficult. If I want to make my butterfly move faster, I could change the number of steps. So I could make it move 20 steps, and that would make it go much quicker, which would make it harder to shoot. Comes in different ways. Another thing I could do is to change the size of my crosshair, because at the moment it's absolutely enormous. I'm going to change the size from 100 to, let's say 50. Let's halve it. So now I've got a much harder game already. Here you go. Bang. 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 Okay. So there are things to do. If you want to get it to show again, remember, click on the butterfly, and click show. Okay, so that's as far as I'm going to take you for the moment. Now, I am going to suggest a couple of ideas that you might want to make things even better. You could add points for the number that you shoot by creating a variable. You make a variable, you'd call it points, and then you'd have to change your variable depending on whether you shot it or not. You could also, once you've got all the programming correct for one of the sprites that you're going to shoot, you could duplicate it and have multiple sprites. Okay, if you fancy, you can have an experiment, and I would be really excited to see what you've done when I get back to school. Okay, 4H, enjoy, and let's create some awesome games.